Hi everybody, my name is Elizabeth Blosfield. I'm the Deputy Editor for Carrier Management. AI insurance, which I think is a really interesting innovation in cyber risk. So I'm curious just to start off, right now with AI risks continuing to grow, why is it important for companies to offer AI insurance?
Yeah, sure. So I believe that companies adopting AI, they do so with the intention to automate certain processes or tasks, or to utilize AI as supporting their decision making. But in either case, it requires to really rely on the output what an AI or generative AI model is producing. Now, if this output is off, so if a generative AI model is hallucinating, and the actions taken on this output, the decisions made on this output will also be off. This can then cause financial losses and also trigger liabilities for those companies. So I believe if we as the insurance industry want to support our corporate clients on their AI adoption journey, then I think it's of paramount importance to also structure well-suited risk transfer solutions for this AI adoption journey that our corporate clients are undergoing.
Yeah, and I think that makes a lot of sense because, as you said, the risks are so specific to the technology itself. So it makes sense to kind of drill down and offer insurance coverage that addresses those specific risks. And so could you kind of go into what AI insurance coverage includes?
Yeah, sure. So I would say I usually structure or think about the structure of the risks into two buckets. So one is what I would call technical AI risks. So those are risks which are intrinsically related to the nature of an AI model being basically a model trained on data, on a sample of data. This includes the output error or the hallucination of a model. This can also include the discrimination that might come when relying on an output of an AI model, also on the generative AI IP output infringement risk. So all of those risks, they are tied to the probabilistic nature of an AI model. Then the other bucket of risk are essentially what I would call non-technical AI risks. So that they can be amplified, those kind of risks, but they are not intrinsically related to the nature of an AI model. So for example, if a company utilizes an AI to automate a certain process or task, then a cyber attack occurs. Then the AI model is shut down. Then suddenly there's different kind of business interruption exposure there because the process was automated and now does not work anymore because the AI model is not working anymore. So this is not intrinsically tied to the AI model, but it's a risk which is essentially amplified by the existence and reliance on an AI model or generative AI model. And AI insurance from the Munich Re side specifically means to insure those technical AI risks, those risks which are in a certain way new because companies are relying on those probabilistic systems.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and it's helpful to break it down into those two sort of categories. And you mentioned generative AI infringement risk. Is that when a company develops its own AI model and there's risk of copyright infringement if another company takes the ideas?
Especially the output of a model. So there might be different kind of generative AI IP infringement risks. Can be on the training data, can be also on, let's say, the code, the algorithm itself, but it can also be on the output of generative AI model. And the tricky thing is that if a company is relying now on the output of a generative AI model, for example, an asset for an advertising or media campaign, then there always also exists a probability that this asset might be too similar to an existing asset, an existing image, or existing music in the training database. So this cannot be avoided, again, by the nature of a generative AI model being a probabilistic system. So there always exists a probability that those assets are just too similar. And then basically when relying on those assets, then IP infringement lawsuits might follow in case the original rights owner or rights holder basically discovers that. So this is a risk what we are specifically working on with some of with different Gen AI companies to make it really insurable on a technical basis.
Okay, that's really interesting. I hadn't heard of that risk before. Thanks for explaining it. It's an interesting area of AI that I wasn't familiar with. And I'm also curious how, kind of looking back historically, how the creation of AI insurance compares to innovations or the role that insurance has played in other innovations in the past.
I think it's a fascinating industry, insurance. And I think when looking back in the past, then I think we can find many cases where insurance really enabled a widespread adoption of a new technology. So starting from steam engines and ensuring essentially that boilers blow up, cause property damage, or also injure people, where then insurance and inspection services combined basically They supported a widespread adoption of steam engines, which then also fueled industrial revolution, especially also here in the United States, to basically the whole private satellite and space shuttle industry. But then also insurance essentially de-risked private investments into satellite and space ventures, which then also enabled flow of investments into this space, the growth of this space, through nowadays more renewable energies and the technical performance risk which comes with that. I think there are a lot of interesting examples which we can find where insurance really supported this widespread adoption. And I think for AI it can be similar, that insurance essentially can play a major role to basically complement the AI governance process and de-risk investments of companies into AI use cases, really the reliance on AI and generative AI models. So I believe that insurance can play a major role there as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's really interesting. Insurance has really touched so many different areas of innovation, in its life cycle, and AI is the most recent. So I guess the last question, kind of forward looking, what do you see ahead for the future of insuring AI risks?
Mm-hmm. So I believe that there will be different categories of risks of AI, which can be addressed by existing insurance products as well as then by new insurance products. So those technical AI risks, I believe specialized underwriting pricing is necessary in order to really understand and price those technical AI risks correctly. And I believe that for those kind of risks, specialized AI insurance products will need to be made available. On the other hand, for the non-technical AI risks, I believe that those risks can be covered under more traditional insurance products. There might be a need for adjustment of the underwriting or the pricing process, but not to the same degree as for the technical AI risks. So I believe that those kind of risks can be covered by endorsements or essentially by affirmative coverage under the traditional insurance products.
The InsurTech Summit 2025, presented by Carrier Management. Join industry leaders as we explore overcoming legacy systems, integrating artificial intelligence, legal pitfalls, and insurer-insurtech collaboration. Hosted by Elizabeth Blosfield, Deputy Editor of Carrier Management, Andrea Wells, Vice President of Content at Insurance Journal, and Alan Lehman, Content Editor of Carrier Management. Plus, don't miss our virtual trivia competition with prizes totaling $2,199. A special thank you to our key sponsor, Snowflake.
The Risky Futures Summit 2025. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description to sign up or apply to be a speaker for our Risky Futures Summit 2025 before seats fill up.
Insurance professionals work hard every day to keep people safe. But as technology transforms the industry, how can insurers protect not only their clients, but also themselves from ever-changing cyber risks? My name's Elizabeth Blosfield, and I'm the host of the Insuring Cyber podcast, a bi-monthly look into how the world of cyber and the business of insurance are connected.
Interested in more? Visit insurancejournal.tv or scan the QR code to listen to the podcast.